Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another video. I'm giving myself about 50 minutes to do the video this time, where unlike last time where I only gave myself about 30, and I wasn't really able to do much. Hold on, I need to plug my headphones in. I actually forgot to do that. I don't know why I would, but I did. There we go. I think I'm probably at the stage in the trial where, maybe this video or the next video I'll... Hold on. Crap. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm at a point in the trial where I think either this stream or next stream I'll finally be done with the whole... Well, not the... Yeah, the trial, because the first trials in all, Ace Attorney games are just... That's all they are. It's just trials, and later on. What the heck? Okay, so that changes the layout of the screen. I didn't realize that, because there are different layouts. There's see, that's the way it is on the 3DS. The screen on top of the other one. No, stop doing that. Crap. There's the where the main screen takes up the entire area, which really doesn't work that well, to be honest, because you can't see the other screen, which is actually pretty important. Then this, where you can see it's mostly the main screen, then part of it is, this screen. Then stop doing that. Then there's the one where they're side by side. I like this better because the 3DS is fairly the 3DS is fairly low resolution, so like when you have it take up a large majority of the screen, it just looks too blurry. Here it's like, it doesn't feel, I don't know, when it's on top and bottom, it just looks weird. Here, I actually kind of like the layout for some reason. I don't know, it's just, I have no clue what I'm saying, to be honest, but anyways, I shall continue where I left off last time, and, yeah. She's 9. How long are you streaming? Like, maybe exactly 47 minutes, so like just about 50. Yeah, giving myself a decent amount of time to play, but not like, ridiculous, I guess. Or something like that. How are you? Pretty good. How are you? There we go. Alright, let's play this. Now loading file 1. Epic. Alright. I'm gonna skip this because I don't need to know any of it, frankly, but yeah. I already know everything I need to know. What in the photo of the fingerprints contradicts the testimony? It's the position of them, isn't it? Yeah. It was the position last time. I'm good. That's nice. I have a stream suggestion. Yeah. What's your suggestion? It's the position of the fingerprints, Your Honor. Oh, the position? According to the witness's testimony, the defendant held the pipe like this. In order to hit the witness on the head, she raised the pipe like so. That is precisely what she did. Roblox saw. I'll do that sometime in the future, but for a while I'm gonna be focusing on Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, because, it's, I don't know, it's a story-based game, and I can't really just, I don't know, I need to remain focused on this for a while. And then she struck from above, but here's the problem. That's a normal position. Perhaps. I'm a little late, no, only by a few minutes, and this is just a recap of what happened last time, anyway. Think about the fingerprints that she would have left had she done just that. What are you getting at, Mr. Wright? Look closely at the way I'm holding the pipe. In this situation, the fingerprints appear like that. Would look like this. The thumb is above the other fingers. Indeed, there's no doubt about it. Now take a look at the fingerprints that were actually left on the pipe. Goodness, the the thumb. It's below the other fingers. What? That's right. Miss Al Dente. What is it? Had the defendant attacked you as you described, the fingerprints would have been the other way around, which means something's not right with your testimony. Ugh. Order. What is the meaning of this? These fingerprints were submitted as decisive evidence. How come this contradiction was not brought to light before? No. Miss Al Dente, what do you have to say about this? Excuse me, Miss Al Dente? Know how to bring out the full sweetness of a sweet potato? Huh? You use a pinch of salt. Interesting, right? You use salt to make something taste sweeter. I'm not following. I remember it now. It was the other way around, not as you'd expect it. I'm sorry, I got a bit confused. You'd normally hold a pipe like that, but she's so small and the pipe is heavy, she held it the other way. The other way? I'm not really sure if that would actually help how she'd be able to use the pipe, but we'll see where this takes us. Not like this. She held it in this way. Chewbacca defense. I think I've heard of that. I'm not entirely convinced that would have been a good, I don't know, strategy for her if she actually did it. It just sort of, I don't know, man. Finally, I'm not late yet. You're only by a few minutes, but you know, you could just continue anyways. It doesn't really matter. As what happened last time, we showed that the fingerprints were in the wrong position, so it's like that's pretty much all you need to know. But you testified that she fiercely swung the pipe at you. I'm telling you I got confused. Olivia's sorry, okay? Don't let her contaminate evidence. I'll try not to. How could you mistake the way she held the pipe if she was right in front of you? That is a good question, Phoenix, but the witnesses are not that, you know, they're pretty morally gray in the way that they testify. Oh, why don't you go fry an egg? What does it matter if she held it in one way or another? Use the gloves like the... No, I'm not doing that. You would call a slightly salted sweet potato a salty potato, because it's still a sweet potato, no matter what you add to it. You wouldn't call it yeah, alright. The witness probably has a point, doesn't she, Mr. Wright? Probably, I guess. So the defendant attacked the witness holding the pipe backhanded. It seems a bit unnatural, but it does make sense, I suppose. Indeed it does, Your Honor. There is no problem with this evidence after all. Does the defense agree? No, that doesn't make sense. If I agree there are no problems with this evidence, we'll be one step away from losing this case. There's got to be a contradiction somewhere in that fishy testimony. Could Espella have hit Olivia holding the pipe backhand? Prove there's a contradiction, stay put and see how it goes. I don't know what the contradiction is exactly, but I'm going to say there is. And as I said before, this is usually on top of the screen and this is on the bottom because this is pointing down to this, but I don't know. It just sort of looks weird when I do that, so I'm playing it this way. And again, when this takes up a big chunk of the screen, it's blurry and the screen's too small, yeah. Anyways.
Objection!
Oh, like they did in the OJ trial with that hero cop, Mark Furman. Is that what was it called again? Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference. Well, Miss Al Dente, I'm afraid that... Yeah, well, when I looked at it, it's like, how would... It just doesn't look right. I mean, that wouldn't be a good strategy to holding the flippin' dealio. It just doesn't look right. No time for... No. I'm not reading that. You're in a pickle now. This could be taken out of context and made into a pretty funny meme, I think. I don't really see why, but of course it would be overused, and people with rods so far up their ass it's starting to come out their mouth would probably get tired of seeing it all the time. You see, I said a curse word. Now YouTube's gonna be okay with me marking this as not for kids. See, I do that all the time, because I need to make sure that this counts as not for kids, so I always need to just spice it up a bit, throw some chili peppers in there, and make it not for kids. Adding a pack of lies to a testimony can turn things very sour for a witness. Or very spicy. It would seem the defense is prepared to prove its claim that there is a contradiction in the witness testimony. Correct, Your Honor. I won't know until I try. Jesus Christ. The defense shall now present evidence to the court. The evidence contradicting the assertion that the defendant hit the witness holding that pipe backhand is light injury, laceration to the back of the head, hit with a long, blunt object. We are the Boris group. It's probably another Always Sunny reference, and I actually don't get that one, unfortunately. I do get the OJ trial one because I watched this YouTuber. His name is Legal Eagle. I came to him from his Phoenix Wright vid, which seemed a little biased to me. I think he was being a little bit too cynical with the way that it portrayed the game. No, it's not. Okay. What's it from? Suspect Espella Cantabella charges theft and assault. No inflicted light injuries. Okay. I don't know. I'll just check this anyways. Yeah, but I don't think this could help us. I made that one up. Oh, okay. Well, nice. This, yeah. It really has nothing to do with anything. Tag torn from PC Badger. Espella was clasping it in her hand when seized by Smiles. Maya's newspaper. The front page article is about jewel thieves in London. Photo of Espella's fingerprints on the steel pipe. Touch details to see more. Yeah, apparently she held it in a really weird way. Boris! Yeah. I usually don't cheat like this, but I'm gonna need a hint, to be frank. I would make a horrible lawyer. Okay, so as I suspected, all of this crap, doesn't have any bearing on the case. And apparently that one picture, alright, it would have to be this, I think, because this it's someone else's fingerprints. This is just Maya's newspaper. It would have to be this.
Take that!
Yep. When the music stops, it means you were right. Miss Al Dente, you previously testified, good lord. Again, I cannot speak at any time ever. It just doesn't work for me. That you were using that hat to cover the wound you received in the assault. Jesus. It's normal for signoramus to cover up things they don't want others to see. Signorina. I have no clue. Signorinas, I guess. I have no clue what that means, or is, just in general. That's not all. You also described the defendant as little, if you recall. That is to say, Miss Cantabella is, at the very least, shorter than you. Where is this going, Phoenix? I'll draw you fan art. Of what? I've grown tall and healthy, like the wonderful Mediterranean sunshine. The sunshine is tall? I've never heard it described like that before. Let me ask you then. How did a girl shorter than you, holding a heavy pipe backhanded, manage to land a blow to the back of your head? I called it last time. I said that was going to be part of the story. Yeah, I'd say it's impossible. Probably is impossible. The fingerprints on the weapon show that the defendant held it backhand. But even if she didn't, it is highly unlikely she would be able to hit Miss Al Dente's head like that. Order. I will have order. What is the defense getting at?
Objection!
Even if it was highly unlikely, it cannot be proven that it was impossible. Miss Cantabella's fingerprints were found on that pipe, Your Honor. Yeah, well, the thing is that if she were to hit that crazy Sicilian chick, she would have had to have jumped up and hit her in the back of the head if the height difference was really that much. So this, I'd say, is a decent argument, though I'm sure they're going to come up with something against it eventually. Nothing can change the fact that it was the defendant who held the weapon. That is true. I mean, the evidence points to it being the defendant, regardless of how unlikely it is. The evidence still points to it happening. That is so. Does the defense have any comments? I can't deny that. It's clear that Espella did hold that pipe. But, however, it could have been for a different purpose. She held it like this, right? Yeah, it just doesn't look right. I mean, she'd have to hit, yeah. That is just not a good strategy. It wouldn't have worked. Also, I wouldn't really trust Maya with a decisive piece of evidence. It's probably bad. Why would she do that? It'd be hard to hit anyone like this, indeed. When she holds it like that, it looks as if... I think... maybe she was trying to put it back on, actually. But maybe the pipe had been dislocated. I don't know. How do you say it? It had been removed from where the piping is. Then she was just putting it back on. I think that probably makes sense. The court recognizes the validity. I have no clue of the prosecution's objection. Fingerprints on the weapon prove that it was used by the defendant, however, not as a weapon. Objection! Yes, Phoenix, object like an objector. Or a lawyer, I don't know. The defendant's fingerprints may be on the pipe, however, that doesn't prove she hit anyone with it. Objection! Nonsense. What else would she pick up the steel pipe for? See, he's sweating. Damn, Tristan, what do you mean? Objection! Oh, I think I've got a pretty good idea. She was getting attacked. Look at the way she holds it. Also, the thought has gloves. That's hot. I'm joking. Maybe. I watched some of your old streams. What are they like? They're probably awful. Not as awful as this, of course. You said the no. Don't. Shut up. I will murder you with the highest capacity. I should probably play the game, but yeah, I'm not a very good commentator. I make backhanded comments at like the most at small statements, at statements here and there. I make like funny comments towards them, but like trying to actually come up with interesting commentary for an entire 24-hour game is like it's not feasible for someone like me. Well then, the defense may elaborate on its idea. Yes, elaborate, Phoenix. What I say next will turn this trial around, like a turnabout. The defendant's fingerprints were left on the weapon when she reached for a weapon, attacked Miss Al Dente, tried to defend herself. Yeah, I think tried to defend herself is probably the best one, as Bagel stated. Well, naturally. She held the pipe with both hands when she stopped it from coming down on her head. She stopped it? With both hands? That's right, like this. Please take another look at this photo. These are not the fingerprints of an assailant, but rather the fingerprints of a victim who was defending herself. Which brings us to the conclusion that Miss Cantabella didn't attack the witness. She was in fact a victim, desperately trying to defend herself. This cannot be. It can be. And if Miss Cantabella was a victim, who was the real assailant? There's only one person who could have done it. The only other person at the crime scene was Olivia Al Dente. It was you, wasn't it? Here comes the epic music. Dun, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Not gonna lie, the corner theme from Ace Attorney is probably my favorite song. Doesn't matter the version, it's too sick to ignore. Order, order, order. If I cannot have order, the court will be adjourned. Be quiet, all of you. Who was that? What the? Why would you do that? You just don't quit, do you? What the? Are you flippin' insane? A lousy lawyer like you should get the chop. How about I show you my knife up close? Well, in Phoenix's defense, before this particular trial, he was, she's kind of distracting me. I'm gonna move past this. But, what I'm saying is that, in his defense, he's not really a lousy lawyer. I mean, before this, he won every single case besides one case. And at that point in time, he had the power to choose whether his client was guilty or not. And he chose to say guilty. I mean, like, he's actually really good at this. Neat. Animal abuse. Yeah, well, at least the animal's able to dodge it, like, every single time. Have you lost your mind, Mr. Wright? The witness is the victim, not the assailant. There are no fingerprints other than the defendant's on the weapon. Well, yeah, we know that. I mean, we're not denying that her fingerprints are there. We're just saying that she's defending herself.
Objection!
Objection! Look at the witness's outfit. Objection! She's wearing gloves. That's why she left no fingerprints. Yeah, that would probably make sense. Stop. The noise of her hitting that on her desk is really irritating. Ninja heel. Ah, you prickly sea urchin. Are you flipping Mr. Krabs or something? But you cannot be sure she was wearing that gloves that night.
Objection!
Well, she probably was, let's be honest here. And Brooks left the door open. I'm gonna wait till he shuts that. It's gonna take a very long time. He's the kind of person just leave it open for a very, very long time. He never does what he's supposed to. Lies about everything. Alright, I'm beginning to sound like my dad. I'm bringing up stuff that has no bearing on the situation. There, now he's back. Alright. Like the video. I'll like it later. The witness was called... yeah, sure. Why not? Penguin Wise Guy sent me one of my old videos on Discord. He likes to taunt me with the creations of my past. The witness has called this her work outfit, so she must have been wearing it when she went to check supplies. That's a very Sicilian voice, boy. You devious lawyer, slippery as an eel. It was me because I had gloves on? As if it was only me wearing gloves? She's the only one in the courtroom wearing gloves, yeah. There was that guy, the guard, he was wearing gloves too. The guard? Oh, was that the previous witness? Wait, no, hold on a second. He left his chocolate fingerprints on the flashlight, so if he held the weapon, he would have had to have left fingerprints on there. Like the video I sent you. Yeah, hold on. I called it when I'm done with the stream. Oh, that's right. Gloves are part of the guard's uniform by regulation. See? That guard, Johnny, he was wearing gloves that night too. What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Since you're claiming that the assailant is the person who had gloves on, that would make the guard a suspect as well. Could Johnny be the culprit? It's impossible. Johnny Smiles is not the culprit. Why not? Anyone with gloves could have done it, don't you say that? No, I didn't. Didn't you say that? However, it does seem plausible that the guard could have done it. He was wearing gloves after all. No, it's impossible. I'm afraid that's impossible, Your Honor, and I have proof. You do? Fascinating. Let's see this proof if you really have it. Please enlighten us as to why Smiles cannot be the culprit. Provide the proof. It's right here. The proof is in the pudding, or the chocolate.
Take that!
Mr. Smiles is, to put it nicely, what you may call a free spirit. An idiot. There's no guarantee he would follow the rules and wear his full uniform, Jesus. And this evidence proves he did not wear gloves. Wait, don't throw that filthy torch at me. Will someone please wipe that chocolate off the evidence? Give me something dollars and I'll stop killing you. No. What? What? Mr. Smiles was snacking on a chocolate bar during his patrol. That's why his flashlight is in this sorry state. And covered in his chocolatey fingerprints. Therefore, we know that he didn't wear gloves when patrolling the ship that night. Rule-breaking, chocolate-loving Johnny Smiles was not the culprit. What? That's ridiculous. It's too silly.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has merely pointed out a possibility. To call this witness a criminal without actual evidence against her is preposterous. Actually, I mean, there is evidence against her, and the thing about it is that she's like the only other person who could have done it. Besides the one accused and the security guard. The security guard had he had his gloves off, and the one accused, I forgot the name of our client's name, was holding it to defend herself. We've already proven that. It could only be the thought in the witness stand. Only. My brother has brought the cat in. He looks. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Alright, that was a JoJo reference, by the way. To call this yeah, alright.
Objection!
The prosecution's duty is to clear what doubts there may be regarding the defendant's guilt. And I have demonstrated that there is, at the very least, a possibility that the witness is not telling the truth. We will slay the thought. You survived the cat. My cat survived my brother. At the very least, Espella Cantabella is not innocent. As corroborated by PC Badger, the toy that she attempted to steal. Okay, so now we're kind of moving past the fact that the girl on the witness stand very clearly committed a crime. We're just saying that our witness is guilty of her other crime that she's been... damn it, the Mediterranean girl is going to jail. Yeah, that's unfortunate for you. Violent Kitty tries to kill me. Yes, I uploaded that video where I was messing with my cat and he just was like scratching my hand and stuff because he does that when he's pissed, and he's pissed a lot. What was that? Did Olivia just freeze for a second? Prosecutor Flinch, explain to the court about this toy, this new piece of evidence. This is the stuffed toy the defendant tried to steal that night. One of its legs would appear to be missing, the poor thing. This mishap befell PC Badger as the witness and defendant were fighting. The captain of the freighter reported the damage after the defendant's arrest. Good lord. Cat, yes. And I continuously said cat like a flippin' fool. So this is the stuffed animal Olivia snatched from Espella. Indeed. I see. The court would like to hear the witness's testimony regarding this evidence. Still has the tag on it. Yes, indeed. Witness, your testimony. Excuse me. Witness, you haven't asked to testify. I'm so very sorry. I got a little upset from all these accusations. I'd rather not. I'm not used to this, to being called a liar. Yes, it's only natural. Don't worry about that. It's all that slimy attorney's fault. Why do I feel like an eel on a chopping board? The witness will now testify. Tell us how you retrieved this toy from the defendant. Gladly. O il nostro mare. I'm pretty sure anyone watching this who speaks Sicilian or Italian or whatever that was in, I probably butchered that. I wonder what she's saying. I don't get it. But we have the tag that she stole from the toy. I'm gonna see where this takes us first. Hold on. Whatever she said, I'll make sure this is the last time she says it in court. Heck yeah. Witness testimony. Again, I'm gonna skip past all the testimony and just go to the cross-examination. And if you can listen to the music, it has more beat, it has more bass, it's a bit quicker. That's because this is like the last testimony from her. That when it's called the Allegro version, basically whenever you're in the last testimony, the music gets far more intense, and yeah, it means we're getting somewhere. I see. What a commendable attitude, going to such lengths to protect the cargo. I may not be a security guard, but I'll do what it takes for the sake of our ship. Yeah, you're better than that other security guard. My goodness. It didn't do much good in the end. This PC Badger is way too damaged to be sold. These lovely little toys are made at a workshop in London. We transport them down to the River Thames, distributing them to children as we go. Didn't she call them bizarro toys earlier, and now suddenly they're cute? Yeah, that's, very strange. Sorry, I had to yawn. And what about the fingerprints on this toy? It is a soft toy after all, so no usable fingerprints were found. Well, that is unfortunate. Regardless, the court accepts it into evidence. Stolen toy. The toy Spella tried to steal. One leg was ripped off during her fight with Olivia. Stolen toy added to the court record. I'm making a diss track on you to end your channel. Oh god. I'm screwed, aren't I? It's not Copa I have to watch out for, it's Penguin Wise Guy. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Honestly, if you made yeah, you made 3. I made several of them. That was back over a year ago when I thought people cared about my channel. The thing about becoming a YouTuber through the years and evolving is realizing that no one cares about your channel and you just have to make content regardless of whether people watch it or not. And I was tricked into this idea that the 2 views I got on my videos were enough to justify people actually caring about the fact that I posted videos. So, yeah. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. About PC Badger. I wrestled this toy back from the thief and gave it to the police. Honestly, I'm gonna see if I don't have to press and I can just find a decisive piece of evidence. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her go away from our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off, though. But there's no way I could have attacked her with a pipe. I was holding the toy in one hand, and I don't remember much about when I was hit. But I got the toy back, at least. So that's it, huh? Well, Nick? This one's easy, I know what to do. It is? You're finally starting to act like your normal self. That jet lag must have hit you like a ton of bricks, huh? There's a clear contradiction in Olivia's testimony. There is? Something I like about Ace Attorney games is that the music is, well, something I like and don't like. The music is so good that you kind of just find yourself sitting there for maybe 20 minutes on end just listening to the music, and you just forget to play the actual game. I know that whenever I listen to Maya's theme in the original trilogy, I just sit there listening to her theme, the Turnabout Sisters theme, for like 10 minutes, and like then I actually play the game. It's just so well composed. Wait till the text-to-speech installs. Tag time. Yep, tag time. It's time to present some evidence and expose her lies. Alright, let's look through the court record, shall we? Frick. No, hold on. I can't... Alright, hold on. When I hit present, I can look through the court record. Alright. I just don't have to present anything. Alright. Police records. Suspect Espella Cantabella. Charges theft and assault. Note, inflicted light injuries. Okay. Light injury. Laceration to the back of the head. Hit with a long, blunt object. Photo of the cargo hold. And the tag. Tag torn from PC Badger. Espella was clasping it in her hand when seized by Smiles. Maya's newspaper, the front page article in About Jewel Thieves in London. Point of Espella's fingerprints on the steel photo. Yeah. The toy Espella tried to steal. One leg was ripped off during her fight with Olivia. Yeah, because we have the tag from the toy, but the tag is still on this toy. So, you're smart in pointing that out. However, I'm not quite sure where we're going to find it, but I think where we're going to use that. Because I think it is the piece of evidence, but I'm not sure where it applies. I wrestled this toy back from the thief and gave it back to the police. When I found that girl, I thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off, though. But there's no way I could have attacked her. With the pipe, I was holding the toy in one hand, and I don't remember much about when I was it, but I got the toy back at least. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna have to look for a hint, but wherever it says to present the evidence is where I'll present it. And I'll present the tag, because I do think that is probably it. I wrestled this toy back from the thief and gave it back to the police. Yeah, alright. This. Tag torn from the PC Badger. Espella was clasping it in her hand when seized by Smiles. Yeah, this is probably it.
Objection.
Indeed. Yeah, because she only had the tag and not the actual toy. Miss Al Dente, I would like to confirm just one thing. The stuffed animal you submitted to the police, is it this one? Yeah, that's the one, no doubt about it. I'm starting to understand why, What Am I Doing With My Life called her an 8.5 out of 10. I won't elaborate further, because I don't want to get canceled, but, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, but if that's the case, things simply don't add up. What doesn't add up? If it's about the leg, it's that girl's fault. It got ripped off because she wouldn't let it go. No, it's not about the leg, it's about the tag. The problem is not something that's missing from the stuffed animal. On the contrary, it's something that shouldn't be there in the first place, the tag. So it's something that shouldn't be there, and that is, of course, this item. That is the final piece of evidence received from the guard, Mr. Smiles. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be PC Badger's tag, Your Honor. Strange, isn't it? Something was definitely ripped off this plushie. But it wasn't its leg, it was the tag. You noticed it too, didn't you, Miss Al Dente? If this is the stuffed animal that Miss Cantabella was holding when you found her, then why is the tag still on it? Yeah! Order. I will have order. What is the meaning of this? Hey, you tasteless-looking prosecutor over there. Yes? What's this about a tag? You didn't tell me anything about that. If you'll please calm down. It's no use blaming the prosecutor. He didn't even know this tag existed.
Objection!
Witness, I had not been informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why didn't you hand it into the police? Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor, I am an expert at what I do, and my expert advice to myself was that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. For better or for worse, this tag... Please stop doing that. For better or for worse, this tag's existence has only recently come to light. Neither the prosecution nor you, Your Honor, knew about it before this trial. Why? But then... Stop, Brooks! But then, why is there a tag on this toy? Sorry, my brother is cracking his knuckles, and the sound of it makes me want to jump off a cliff. And it's... Yeah. But then, why is there a tag on this toy? And he just keeps doing it, and doing it, and doing it, and Stop! How come this toy has a tag? The answer is simple. There's a tag on the stuffed animal because she put a new tag on it, the toy was swapped, she took the wrong toy. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, most likely. Miss Al Dente took a different plushie by mistake. What's that? She took a different one? The toys all look the same, so she ended up picking the wrong one. I can hear it and it makes me sad. It makes me suicidal. How can you claim she would make such a mistake? That toy is missing a leg. Ugh. What you said was so ludicrous that I raised an objection for no reason. How about we hang a useless attorney tag on your neck, darling? Yeah, great. Let's all play Gang Up on Phoenix, guys. Mr. Wright, I'll ask again, and you better get it right this time. How come this toy has a tag? The answer is simple. It has a tag because there was a tag on the stuffed animal because the toy was swapped. She put a new tag on it. Okay, fine then. The toy was swapped. Why not? There's only one possibility. Miss Al Dente, before handing the plushie into the police, you swapped it for another. Yeah! Listen to yourself. Why would I even do something like that? Ridiculo. And that's right. That tag must be a fake. A fake? Why would you think that? That chocolate freak must be trying to frame me. That's what it is.
Objection!
Mr. Smiles has no motive to do something like that.
Objection!
No motive? It doesn't require much thinking to come up with that one. With one. He wanted attention. Yes, what he said. The guard lied to show off. That's all there is to it. Did Johnny produce bogus evidence to draw attention to himself? It's impossible. It's an interesting theory, but it's impossible. And how do you know? You, I'll dice you like an onion. Anyway, was Mr. Smiles lying? There's an easy way to find out. What? How do you plan to check it? By checking the fingerprints, of course. Fingerprints? Gah! According to Mr. Smiles' testimony, I just wrote the epic diss. That's epic. When you see... Frick. Therefore, her fingerprints should still be on that tag. Yeah! Bailiff, have this evidence investigated immediately. That was awesome, Nick. We've almost got her now. Indeed. Mr. Flinch, I have a question for you. What is it? When you searched the crime scene, did you find a toy without a tag? Well, Mr. Flinch, did you? Do it, say the diss. Yes, do it. No, we, considering the circumstances, it did not seem necessary to investigate quite so thoroughly, but at the very least, I can tell you that all of the toys in the crate had tags on them. Good lord. Excuse me, Your Honor? What is it, Mr. Wright? It appears no stuffed animal was found without a tag, which means that it may still be hidden at the crime scene. Your Honor, the defense requests that for the love of God, send a forensics team there immediately. I need to stop skipping on accident. You're requesting another search?
Objection!
What? Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Whether the toy was swapped or not, it doesn't matter in the least. They are all the same. Any of them will... For the love of God, stop skipping me. That is exactly why it's important. I'm like a flippin' 2-year-old. You know, well, I say that because kids have such... The smaller kids have such low attention spans. They actually just... They do the strangest things. They ask to play games on your phone. Yeah, it just... Yeah. All these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap one for another. In fact, why do they do that? It's just so reprehensible. Why? And yet, why is the witness getting so worked up about it? That's just... I had a feeling that there was something odd about this case. Oh, this is a really cool camera thing. A stolen stuffed animal and an assault connected to it. There had to be more to it. There had to be another crime under the surface. Nick. This is it. What should I do? Wait and see what happens. Request search. Yeah, I'm requesting it. Your Honor, the defense insists on a search. Should a plushie without a tag be found on the ship, then there's a strong possibility that this case will be resolved. I think that wasn't my fault that time. What the heck? Why is that there?
You can't! No, you can't search it again! You just can't!
Yes, we can. Witness. Miss Al Dente, why did you swap the stuffed animal? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. I say, Mr. Wright, could it be that you already know the reason behind the swap? Of course, I don't have any definitive proof, but when it comes to pointing out a possibility, I might have something. I wonder what it is. Very well then, let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence that would explain why Miss Al Dente is against the search? Crap. I'm just gonna present this anyways. There's a certain article in this newspaper, Elusive Jewel Thieves at large in London, Scotland Yard on red alert. Oh, that robbery, I have heard about it, of course. A group of thieves robbed a jewelry store and made away with about 50 pieces of jewelry. Penguin Wise Guy, Tristan Foss diss track. Oh god, this is gonna be epic. Many extremely valuable stones were stolen as well. Scotland Yard's under great pressure to find them. All packages sent out from London are being scrutinized by the police. And what does this have to do with our case? Nothing. I beg to differ. The jewel thief took place in London. And that's where our freighter picked up its cargo. London, it can't be. Witness? Are we done yet? That night, you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. She was holding one of the plushies. You know you had to get it back. I think we're getting somewhere. You had to get it back at all costs, but why go so far for a mere plushie? There is only one possible reason. You couldn't afford to have the police discover what was inside of it. Oh god, don't kill it. That would have been very brutal in the middle of the courtroom. We have just received a report from the team investigating the crime scene. This toy was hidden between a storage unit and a pipe. The toy has been cut open and the contents examined. And this was found inside. A pink diamond worth approximately 100,000 pounds. Good lord. We have also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag. Do you have anything to say, Miss Al Dente? What the heck is that? Oh, it's the fish fin. I lost, didn't I? So you are yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of the jewel thieves. My role was to get the loot out of London. The police never checked the regular shipments from that workship. We decided to take advantage of the blind spot. Indeed, the regular direct delivery service has been overlooked by the police. Possibly because that workshop produces the very mascot representing the police. The other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship, that's all. It was you who hid the jewels inside the plushies. There was one jewel in each toy. I was carrying them away one by one. I'll say it on Discord, okay? The defendant happened to pick one of those toys up. I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. Whenever I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she got it in somehow. So there she was in the room with the hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand. So how did Espella get in there? I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what, but I just had to get it back from her, no matter the cost. Then I handed in a different toy. I made it look like it was ripped from the flight. It would have been over for me if the police had found any of the jewels. No one has anything to say, understandably. But, wait. Who was it in the end? who hit Olivia? Oh, I almost forgot about that.
At first, I thought it must have been that little girl that hit me.
So who was it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No one else was supposed to be in that room. But what if there was someone in the shadows?
Possibly, but who would it be?
Person hidden in the darkness.
Again, it's an interesting theory, but who was it? We need decisive... Oh god. This was a most unusual case. It cannot be said that all mysteries have been solved, but it has been clear that Miss Cantabella is innocent. And that's all we need to know, so, yep. Well then, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? It would seem that I owe you thanks for helping us to see the truth. No need to thank me, Your Honor. I was just doing my job, like I always do. Is that really the smartest thing you could come up with? And, Mr. Flinch? Yes, Your Honor. This trial was part of the Legal League of Attorneys exchange program, wasn't it? May this trial serve as a lesson for you, too. Is that understood?
It is as you say, Your Honor.
What the heck?
Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Without my glasses, I can't see, and I don't want to be seen. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Okay, then. Tristan. She did not look worried. Principal, she did not look worried. No, she looked quite worried to me. Yes, wise guy. Ahem, well then. The court has reached its verdict. I pronounce the defendant, Espella Cantabella, not guilty. This is epic. Alright, I think I'm going to go just a bit longer, because I think there's just a little bit more that we'd want to see. However, after that, this stream is over. Congratulations, you did it, Nick, as I always do. Yeah, thanks. I guess I should be happy. But Darklaw's cold gaze is staring daggers through me. Oh my god. Did you get wrecked? No, I did not get wrecked. I won the trial. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You are better than I thought. Had I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove a spell. Get the heck away from me. Had I known earlier, my brother just walked up to me for no reason. I think his brain is not in today. Had I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove Espella innocent from the very start. I'm glad you're happy about the verdict. Espella, come and thank Mr. Wright. Yeah. Rip Sicilian girl. Yep. Your waifu. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Well, you just got wrecked. Oh, on my server, I guess. Glad I could help. Hey, Espella. What's that big book you've got there? Oh, please forgive her. She's a bit shy, you see. She's very fond of books. At any rate, now Espella can return to her peaceful life at our boarding school. And it's all thanks to your hard work, Mr. Wright. Yep. Now, please excuse us. We have some formalities to attend to. Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Wright, you were truly outstanding in that courtroom today. Farewell. Okay. There's still a little bit more. Phew, it's finally over. You know, something's still bothering me about this case. The person who hit Olivia, where did they go? That's true. How does it feel to get Penguin Wise Guide? I haven't read it yet. I'm still playing the game. We don't know who actually assaulted Olivia. If it wasn't Espella, there must have been another person at the crime scene. But neither Olivia nor Johnny saw anyone else. The room was dark, safe, crap. And Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all those clues, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator too. Jesus. How about we head back now? Okay, let's go get our tower bridge. Let's go check out Tower Bridge while we still have some daylight left. Oh my god.
What is it, Maya?
There, on the couch.
What?
Isn't that Espella's book?
Oh.
It is the book she was holding. We should return it to her.
That would be a good idea.
Hey, Nick. Let's see what kind of stuff Espella likes to read.
Let's not, actually.
Just quit it, Maya.
Labyrinthia, huh?
Phoenix's voice is higher than Maya's. Okay, well, not really, but
Huh? Maya, look.
this is what happened earlier.
Nick, look, that's us,
Now they're gonna
isn't
get
it?
sucked in. See, this is kind of clever because it's like they're not really saying that Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton take place in the same universe. They just get caught up in the same bullcrap and they get ported to a new universe that neither of them are familiar with. It's like they're not suggesting that these two different worlds are actually the same. They're just combining the two. I really think that's a good idea. Picarats earned credibility 95. Picarats 350. And, alright, a total of 445 Picarats something, I don't know. Do you want to save? Of course I want to save. And, that's all for now. We have currently played about 3 hours and 59 minutes of this game in total. And, yeah, that's, all for now. Yeah, there's a new chapter, Chapter 1, Mysterious Labyrinth. Yeah, that was all the prologue before. Now that I'm assuming this is when we actually get when Phoenix and Layton and Luke and Maya, you know, everyone pairs up. But before we were just introducing the main characters in their natural habitat, I guess. But anyways, that doesn't matter right now. I'm just gonna X out of this and yeah, have a good rest of your day. That was the prologue. Yeah, it 4 hours is a pretty long prologue, but then again, I mean, it's you know, it's a game. They kind of have you know, they can do what they want to do pretty much because they have all this time. Of course, there is still like over 20 hours left, so it's not like it's the majority of the game or anything, but it is a long time for a prologue to be. But anyways, I shall see you all later, and Excelsior. Please stop. And painful Excelsior.